6:23, welcome back. On Thursday, CIA Chief William Burns gave his first public speech as director at Georgia Institute of Technology, addressing the dual threat of China and Russia. He said Chinese President Xi Jinping is a silent partner in Russian President Vladimir Putin's aggression in Ukraine, warning that China poses the greatest challenge and most profound test that the agency has ever faced. KX News has covered the State Investment Board's efforts to entirely divest from Russia, but what about Russia's silent partner, China? The State Investment Board has 69 investments in China that span a wide range of industries throughout the country. I looked at more Chinese companies that have received investments from the State Investment Board that are well known for their support of China's military-industrial complex or their espionage activities. The State Investment Board is invested in Pax Global Technologies, a Chinese technology company with offices here in the U.S. Last October, the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security raided the Florida offices of this Chinese technology company. The raid was tied to reports that the company was involved in cyber attacks against organizations in the U.S. and European Union. And the U.S. Treasury Department also warned that Pax terminals were transmitting encrypted data to unknown third parties in China. North Dakota is also invested in APT Satellite Holdings. China recently declared space as a military domain, with the goal of achieving military superiority in future space warfare. Two of the largest shareholders in this company are the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation and the China Satellite Communications Company. Both the Trump and Biden administrations have warned investors away from investments in these companies, calling them part of the military-industrial complex of the People's Republic of China. I spoke with Captain James McCormick, who is a decorated former national military officer, who among his many honors has received the Global War on Terrorism Service and Expeditionary Medal.
These people are utilizing our money, your money, North Dakota, to do things that are going to advance the Chinese Communist Party. Okay, that's a fact, and also assisting potentially in this entire, back and forth conflict that we have with Russia right now.
McCormick served in Desert Storm and the Iraq War and was awarded with a Silver Star, 3 Bronze Stars, and 3 Purple Hearts, among other combat decorations.
Knowing, the heart of a lot of really fine North Dakotans that I served with in Iraq over a period of, many, many years, I can tell you that those veterans that have served this country and served it honorably are probably appalled by this.
In addition to Pax Global Technologies and APT Satellite Holdings, the State Investment Board is invested in 3 Chinese technology giants, Baidu, Weibo, and Tencent, who have all been linked to the Communist Chinese Party for assisting with its espionage efforts, as well as the Chinese National Offshore Oil Corporation. The CNOOC has been sanctioned by the U.S. government for its ties to the Chinese military. Former President Donald Trump and now President Joe Biden have both placed the company on the official list of companies blacklisted by our government.
I'm not the only one that knows this. There are people all embedded in this community of military veteran and national security folks that are looking at this going, what the heck's going on in North Dakota? Let's stop doing this.
The SIB has yet to announce what it plans to do with our investments in China following its support for Russia in the war in Ukraine. The SIB meets again on April 22nd. And we're reaching out to the SIB for more information about why our tax dollars are being invested in these companies.
A lot of work you're doing in this investigation, so we appreciate